So, Xbox has been kind of struggling. I think that goes without really much being said. Is that Xbox, not Microsoft? Microsoft's going to do very well. Don't get me wrong. But Xbox has been struggling. So there was an article on, I think it's GameSpot, talking about how Microsoft is addressing some of the things that they want to do moving forward, which I thought was kind of interesting. And we're going to talk about that article, but first things first, we got to talk about console sales. So let's get into it. So, mind you, I searched and searched and searched, and Game Rant, of all websites, was the only one that had any kind of numbers that were semi, like, legitimately close for the sales of consoles in 2023. Mind you, I found a Forbes article from a year ago, like a year and 2 weeks old from 2022, and the numbers were very similar. Even though most of the year the PS5 during 2022 was very scarce. So right now this, mind you, this is from Game Rant. Console sales for 2023, the PS5 sold 22.5 million units, up 65% from 2022. Like I said, the PS5 became more readily available in 2023. And then on top of that, it also helped that they released the PlayStation 5 Slim, whatever you want to call it, and the disc version where you can plug the disc in. Anyways, the next one on the list was the Nintendo Switch at 16.4 million units, down 18% from 2022. Now, mind you, the Nintendo Switch, that is a console that is never going to die. I feel like it's like the Xbox 360 PS3 era where it's going to be around for the next 15 years. And I think the Switch, I think this year marks 8 years since the Switch came out. And it sold 16.4 million units last year. And then the Xbox Series X/S, so the two consoles, the big boy and the baby, 7.6 million units, down 15% from 2022. Okay. So this is the thing that caught my attention. Xbox is moving full speed ahead on next generation hardware. They're getting ready for a big technical leap, they keep saying. Because mind you, they did talk a little bit about this during their whole we need to calm the masses because we're bringing first party games to the PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch. Microsoft is hard at work on the next generation of Xbox hardware after it already confirmed that Xbox consoles would not be ending anytime soon, which I have a feeling they are. Because like if you're looking for a big technical leap, it might as well just be a PC in a box. I mean, that's basically what consoles are nowadays. According to emails acquired by Windows Central and verified by Microsoft, Xbox President Sarah Bond said, "We are moving full speed ahead on our next generation of hardware, focused on delivering the biggest technical leap ever in a generation." I feel like they say that in between every single generation that it's always going to be a big leap, big leap, big leap because technology moves at such a fast pace. Mind you, my PC when I built it 2 years ago was like top of the line, the Intel i9 3090, and now it's like middle grade. Back in February, Bond expressed similar sentiments about how massive the technical gap for the next generation of Xbox will be. However, she stopped at mentioning any specifics such as hardware itself or a release window, which doesn't surprise me because, like I talked about it the other day, in the Russia like wanting to make their own consoles. This stuff takes years of research and development to really get like custom cards and custom like CPUs, GPU, like custom everything, custom motherboards to make it and make like get it to fit in whatever dimensions you want for your console. So, like I said, most of the time, most of this stuff is all custom. So she's not going to mention anything, and she probably won't even mention like who's making the chips, who's making the graphics cards, who's doing what, right? Bond also said to expect the next Xbox Series hardware this year. The images of a white digital only Xbox Series X were leaked recently. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't like the idea of digital only. So that's why, like, I have my PS5 is the disc version. My Xbox Series X, I don't have the Series S. So it's a probability that it might be part of Microsoft plans. Microsoft is reportedly working on an Xbox handheld, though this has not officially been confirmed. Um, you know, me personally, I don't genuinely feel like the handheld is going to be something to really move into, if that makes any amount of sense. Because Nintendo, let me tell you, Nintendo's got the handheld market on lock with the Nintendo Switch. I think that if you decide that you're going to do a handheld, especially Microsoft, it's going to be a cash pit. Like they're just going to throw money at it and they're not going to break even. So there's going to be a lot of issues with it. Xbox has also established a new team dedicated to game preservation and forward compatibility, and that more information about it can be revealed at the Xbox Showcase June 9th. That right there is what really caught my eye on this article is the game preservation and forward compatibility. That is what I want to hear about. Like, I don't care about the next generation of Xbox. I want to hear what their thoughts are on game preservation and forward compatibility because like that I thought about just doing a video on that and I'm like, nah, let's talk about this whole thing. While it may seemingly be too early to think about the next generation of consoles, Sony mentioned earlier that this year the PS5 is now in the later stage of its life cycle, which it really does suck because we had 2020 happen. We had a shortage in silicates, which caused a shortage in shortage in like not just graphics cards, but CPUs and all that stuff, especially in graphics cards. And then the fucking crypto boom, blah, blah, blah. So there was a lot of issues that went on with this. And I think that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, they their life cycle is going to be ending way too soon to justify a $500 price point on a console, especially the next generation consoles, which I can foresee. I'm gonna say it right now. I would not be surprised if they start being like, "Hey, next generation console is $600." Mark my words. This means that the Xbox Series X and S as well, given both consoles were released in 2020. That's what I said. Like it just I know a lot of the times console generations usually last between 5 to 7 years. And I still feel like we're only 4 years into this and the talks of latter stages of life, like it's way too soon. And I think that Sony saying that it's at the latter stages of its life cycle was only meant to be like talking to the shareholders because they were looking at it like, well, we need to explain why our sales are going to be down over the next year. So I genuinely don't feel like um the Xbox and all that stuff is like I think they got another 3 years before they even release anything. Especially since what's her name? Sarah Bond, the Xbox president Sarah Bond said that couldn't give any specifics. Like I said, R&D, all that stuff. Here, let's go full screen. Yeah, so with the research and development they got to put in and all that stuff, I'd say we're probably about 3 years. So about that 7 year mark on getting in the next generation of consoles. So guys, let me know down below. How do you guys feel about this? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think they're just trying to money grab right now? Because that's kind of what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to scare people. And like I said, the Sony saying that the PS5 is at the latter stages was definitely talking to their shareholders. It wasn't talking to people like me and you. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to mash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. We're on our way to 8,000, and I can't do this stuff without you guys. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll catch you later.